Today we're going to talk about how to properly tie your boat to a cleat.
Ready?
Go for it.
So this is something we're doing every Saturday. It's called Skills Saturday. We're doing different knots. Right now, we're talking about a knot that everybody gets wrong. So I've been boating for about 25 years now, and you wouldn't believe, like 50% of the time you come up to somebody who's a new boater, I don't know, they have some sort of knot coming from the boat, and then they come up and they tie all these really funky knots. I mean, the knots just go up the boat like forever. It would take so long to untie them. And the thing is, on every dock, you have these little cleats, and that's what you're supposed to tie your boat up to. So let me just walk you through the gist of it. You just whoosh, like that, you see that? Another one. You guys do little competitions, who can do it the fastest, right?
You know what I mean?
It's like a thing.
Late night there, I might actually try to spell something out in cursive going across the dock.
You're like Jeremy Bearimy it.
You know, that's right, exactly.
Well, while we're here in New Hampshire, I have Sergeant Dirth. We've been working on a whole boating series. It's pretty awesome, and this guy knows what he's doing. How long have you been boating?
About 20 years.
These guys drive the boats all the time, so they know how to tie the boat up to the dock. That's like 101, right?
That's what we do, day in and day out.
Day in and day out. So I'm gonna have him look over my shoulder as I'm teaching you how to tie a boat up, and then he can add the official lingo. The blessing. You're gonna tie the back end up first. Although what this video is about is really the knot, so it's a little less important. A lot of times boats can be really heavy. This one's not too bad. So you're gonna bring it into the dock. First of all, you loop it around. You never wanna get your hand under the cleat, and you can pull it nice and tight. So you just have one loop like that. Sometimes you can loop it around, whoops. Sometimes you can loop it around a second time just to give it a little bit of pull. And then you're gonna just do a figure eight. So 1/8 this way, 1/8 this way, maybe one more, and then you're gonna start tying some half hitches into it, or just put some hitches into it, like this. Whoops. And then you can loop the rest of it around to the end of the knot. If you have extra line, then you can do what's called flemishing, and they have it over there on that boat. And I'll get to that in just a second, but first let me show you a variation for when it's very cold. Up here in New Hampshire, it gets really cold. Show me how it's different when it's cold.
Absolutely. So if we're in fear of our line freezing, a wet line, you may not be able to get that hitch off, and that could be problematic. So if that's the case, you may have to rely on simply just more figure eights to be able to secure your vessel. So you have your loop, you end up doing one figure eight here. We're simply going to repeat that process. So I come around, there's another 8 there, again, another 8 here, and now it's gonna hold it. It's not gonna come off.
So when it's cold, you never do hitches in it.
You gotta weigh out the circumstance. You know, when am I gonna need my boat again? If I'm not gonna need it during those inclement conditions, then perhaps it's not a big deal. If it's one of our boats and we know we're gonna be going out underway in those freezing conditions, well, we're gonna have to be able to break that knot so that we can get underway.
So let me show you that one more time really slowly, and we can zoom in on it. All right, take your working edge and loop it around the cleat like so. Then start your figure eights. Make sure never to get your finger under them. After you've done a couple figure eights, start your hitches like this. One more hitch would work nicely, and if you wanted to, you can keep going just to use the extra line or wrap it around just like this. Okay. I'm gonna let Sergeant Dirth show us the police boat and the flemishing that's happening on it.
It's important for us to stage these in a fashion so that we can quickly get control of them, and we can immediately go after the cleat. So in this particular case, you see I have a spring line and a bow line. I immediately grab the one that's gonna go towards my bow line, and again, I can start undoing that. Once this boat is free, again, I can now go to my spring line and I can work accordingly so I can get underway. But if I was just, let's say, coming back here to the dock and it was time for me to secure this, my boat is secure now, let's say. I want to make the lines again so that they look presentable and so that it's fast for me to get underway. I'm simply going to start at the middle and I'm going to just start twisting. And all I'm going to do is make a nice loop, circular pattern, and again, I dress it up, that's ready to go.
Nice.
Would you like to try?
Well, I don't normally Flemish a rope, but that looks pretty simple. Flemish? Did you do any of those in there?
There was one in there. Yep, so there was an 8, and I think there was one hitch on there.
No, put 2 in there. Okay. So now, I don't think you can do this with really small line, but
I would agree with you.
Okay. Pretty easy. So if you want to look like you know what you're talking about while you're out on the water, this is how you tie your boat up to the dock. Thanks everybody for watching this short on Stone Age Man. We have skills on Saturdays. Stay tuned for more. If you haven't subscribed already, maybe you should do that right now. And we'll see you in the next one.